Words can't express the sorrow for this loss, but I would request Father Principal to come up on the stage to express his feelings and convey his condolence to the noble soul.
Today, we stand and give time in honor of Father George Yu, who has been an inspiration and one of the pillars of this school, and I would say even of Dumka province. Let me share my experience about him. First time I met him in 1987 when I joined the novitiate. He was the rector in Jesuit and socius to the novice master. And he would really welcome us. We were all college students. We did not know how to behave well, perhaps. He would teach us how to be a decent person. So it was there we were introduced to the Western culture, the manners at the dining hall, how you should sit, how you should use forks and knives, how you should talk, how you should dress up. It was the first initiation that he led us into the life of the Society of Jesus. And since then, he has been my formator. We don't call them a teacher in the Jesuit term. Formator, the person who forms you. So throughout his guidance, and later on, when I became priest, I became his colleague. We worked quite a long time together, discussing about the province. Since he was a consultant, I was also a consultant. So I have very, depth experience of his inspiration, the way he shares, looks at the things, looks at the reality of the world and the province, what could be better, what decisions should we take. And I found him, he was a neutral who could decide without being influenced by anybody. And therefore that made him different from others. That you are not led by any influence that is outside, but you are able to discern properly for the mission. And mission is the upliftment of the people, the give identity to the person and the people. And I have known him as a very good basketball player. In fact, police in Dumka used to call him to refer basketball. Whenever tournament was there, they would come and call him. And he was a bachelor degree he had achieved from Ranchi University in Hindi. He had read many novels, he had seen many films, cinemas, and many dialogues he had in Hindi. He was very well versed in Hindi. And therefore he could interact with people very freely. And as well as in Bangla also, he knew, since he spent a lot of his time, most of his time here in Bengal. And as a secretary of the school, I found him to be a very, a godly figure. If something happens, then he would immediately inform me. And I was able to relate with him, discuss with him the decision that we would make. So I found him as a guide. Today, as we have gathered here in respect of him, it is not to say goodbye, but it is to give thanks to God Almighty for the gift of life that he had,